Om Shanti, English Avyakt versions, 31st of October 1971. Do you know the spiritual drill? Just as those who have the practice of doing physical exercises can mold their body as and when they wish within 1 second in the same way, can those who have the practice of doing the spiritual drill stabilize their intellect in the stage they wish and to the percentage they wish within 1 second? Have you become such an ever-ready spiritual military? If you receive an order now to stabilize yourself in the incorporeal, viceless, and egoless stage, are you able to stabilize yourself? Or do the corporeal body, the corporeal world, and sinful thoughts pull you towards themselves, even against your conscious wish? Are you able to go beyond the attraction of the body within 1 second? The basis of victory or defeat is 1 second. So, can you win the game of 1 second? Do you consider yourself to be victorious to this extent? Do you consider yourself to be wealthy with all powers to this extent, or do you still have to become completely wealthy? The children of the Westover are always full of all treasures of wealth. Do you consider yourself to be like this, or do the sanskars of being having been a bhagat or a beggar for 63 births still emerge sometimes? I want Baba's help, I want blessings, I want cooperation, I want power. You do not constantly want something, do you? Does the word want seem right for the children of the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessings? Now you have to become the bestowers of fortune and the bestowers of blessings, and donate something or give a blessing to every soul of the world. Even now, you should not have the thought of wanting this or that. The children of the bestower are full of all powers. This stage of fullness brings the stage of perfection close. Do you consider yourselves to be the special souls out of the entire world? You are loved by the Father and who are unique to all other souls. What is the difference between ordinary souls and special souls? Do you know this difference? The speciality of special souls, which should be visible in a practical form, is that they experience themselves to be constantly full of all powers. The praise there is nothing lacking in the treasure store is of this time. Only when you make yourself full of all powers will you be complete with all virtues, complete with all physical wealth, and will you attain the complete stage of the future. This is why, in order to make yourselves like this, you have especially come to this bhatti. Whatever you were lacking in yourself should be transformed into having been attained. Or do you still experience something to be lacking? This attainment will remain eternally, will it not? Attainment means attainment. Since you have been the embodiment of experience, whatever is experienced becomes eternal. Whatever you have heard, whatever you have attained through the atmosphere or the things you have attained from being influenced by listening to an elevated soul telling you something are temporary, but the things you experience yourself are permanent and everlasting. So, have you become those who just listen, or have you become the embodiment of experience, or will you become experienced after churning whatever you have heard? Have you experienced the treasures you have received, or will you put them into your practical experience when you return to your places? The most powerful stage is that of one's own experience, because experienced souls have willpower. On the basis of the willpower of your experience, you will be able to confront any power of Maya. Those who have willpower are easily able to confront all situations and all problems, and they are also able to make all souls constantly content. So, with the power to confront and with the power with the power to confront and with the willpower of your own experience, you are easily able to attain the power to make everyone content. So, do you experience both these powers within yourself? If you have both these powers, then you will be victorious. Have you become victorious to this extent? To be victorious means not to be defeated in your thoughts, even in your dreams. If you are not defeated in your dreams, then you will definitely not be defeated in your practical life. In this way, your every thought, every word, and every action should be victorious. That is, there should be no name or trace of defeat. Can you make this perfect target in 1 second? If those in the military are not able to hit their target in 1 second, they are defeated. And if their target is hit well, they are victorious. In the same way, are you able to stabilize your intellect on this target in 1 second? Have you become ever ready to this extent, or can you only stabilize yourself on your target after having made effort? If you have to try in this way first, the second to experience victory will have gone by. So, how will you be able to become a bead of the rosary of victory? Therefore, just as you have to stay in constant remembrance, in the same way, you must be constantly victorious. Check throughout the whole day to what extent you were victorious in your thoughts, words, actions, relationships, connections, love, cooperation, and in service. Only if you have been constantly victorious over a long period of time in every step and victorious in every thought will you be able to become a close bead in the rosary of victory. Why were there only 108 that become victorious even after having done so much service? How did they become this? They became so elevated with this effort. Only when you are constantly victorious over a long period of time will you be able to create a memorial that lasts a long time. So, what will you do now? The transformation you have to bring about in this bhakti is that you become constantly victorious over a long period of time. Others also should experience you to be the avyakt angels who remain stable in the avyakt stage and have come from Madhuban, the avyakt land, into the corporeal world for the sake of world benefit. The souls of your family should experience this transformation in you souls. This is known as the transformation in the bhakti. Your eyes should give the experience of spirituality. The activity should give the vision of the divine activities of the Father. Your forehead should give the vision of the jewels of the forehead. Your avyakt features should show the practical form of the divine alokik stage. Your alokik attitude should remain Your alokik attitude should remind anyone with a tamoguni attitude of his satoguni attitude. This is known as transformation. This is called being serviceable. When you remain engaged in service at every step, have you become serviceable to this extent? Do not think that you just have to do service for 4 hours. You have to be constantly victorious. Not even 1 second of those who are constantly engaged in service, those who are constantly serviceable, should be spent without service being done. To become serviceable to this extent is the specialty of the special souls. So you have to become full in all aspects. When you speak of the Father's praise, the word full is applied to each of his qualities. So you have to become full in all aspects. If you are full in all aspects, you will not fail. Anything that is full does not have any flaws, therefore, you do not fail. You neither fail in anything nor do you have any sensitive feelings over something wasteful. Sometimes you become sensitive over trivial matters, do you not? Those who are full will not become sensitive over wasteful matters, nor will they fail. So, have you become those who have applied this tilak? Have you applied the tilak of becoming complete with all powers on your forehead? If you do not constantly have this tilak on your forehead, then instead of remembering Baba, what do you do in remembrance? Instead of remembering Baba, you start complaining. But now you must not do that. The file of complaints is already created. Do you know how big the file of each one's complaint is? By constantly staying in remembrance, by constantly being victorious, by constantly being serviceable, there will be no need to make any complaints. You have come to the bhatti in order to offer the sacrifice of all weaknesses. So, have you offered the sacrifice of all weaknesses, or are there still some weaknesses remaining? When an offering is made, what do they say at the end? Swaha, let it all be sacrificed. So, have all of you sacrificed yourselves? Those who have sacrificed themselves cannot see the things of the past, even in their dreams. Have you sacrificed yourselves in this way? Courage and enthusiasm are visible in the result of the majority of you at the present time. Create an attitude that constantly has this courage and enthusiasm. The land is soft and fruitful, but do not allow the thorns of your past sinful actions from your past life to be sown in this fruitful land. Have you surrendered the thorns to the Father? Have all the thorns that still remain inside and causing damage been surrendered to the Father? When something turns to ashes, this is also called a sacrifice. Do not ever resow anything in your land, anything that has turned to ashes, that is, anything that has been burnt, that is, do not ever bring it into your consciousness to make an offering and sacrifice. It means that its name and trace finish. From today, always consider that those are not the sanskar of I, the Satoguni soul. That is, those are not my sanskars. So, just as you observe the sanskars of others as a detached observer, in the same way, look at the sanskars of your tamopradhan stage as a detached observer. Finish them in the same way. By considering them to be sacrificed, you will continue to receive success. Acha, speciality be economical as well as generous hearted. Dharana. Be generous hearted in being a great donor of the virtues, powers, and specialties that you have attained. To donate the wealth of knowledge through words is not a big thing. You have to be cooperative in giving and donating virtues. To make others virtuous through your own virtues, to be cooperative in filling others with specialties is known as being a great donor and generous hearted. Such generous hearted children, with their good wishes, constantly make others move forward. To be generous hearted means to follow Father Brahma. Slogan. In the avyakt year, whilst performing every action, stabilize yourself in the seat of being a detached observer and constantly keep the Father as your companion. Acha.